happy coffee chat day. It's Tuesday. Hope you all are having a good day. Obviously, I'm here at home. I'm still snowed in. I can't get out of my driveway. But that's cool. I wanted to stay at home all day anyway. We're here today to talk about Niknax. For those of you who are over on Facebook and YouTube, that is Niknax.net. I'll give you guys a quick peek at Niknax. So it's niknax.net. That is what we were talking about. Niknax. This is our new website. We got a facelift last week. So you'll see the website looks a little different. Also, you guys are a little blurry. Yes, new website. Really exciting. Got gifts for her over here. We still have Shop Bugs. I love Shop Bugs up there. But I want to invite you guys to come on over and check it out. Come hang out with us. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're over on YouTube and Facebook, come and hang out with us here on Niknax. I'm going to jump over to YouTube real quick and switch us over to subscribers only. You can tell I'm definitely home because the babies are not happy downstairs. We're just going to roll with it. Good morning. Niknax has been a marketplace since October 2023. So a little over 2 years. All right, subscribers only. Here we go. All right, let me get our notes up. We'll jump right into it. Yes, it has. It certainly has. Okay. Into the notes. Okay. Yes. Well, yeah, kind of. I have a few full-time jobs. All right. So we currently have 555,000. That's not accurate. I think there's an extra 5 in there. We currently have 55,100 members. I was like, whoa, we really grew this week. That was wild. Everyone got snowed in and they were like, hey, let's just jump on into Niknax and join. Guys, we're like at the 500,000 mark now. And I'm just kidding. We are at 55,000, which is still amazing. Welcome to all of our new members. We have 312 new members since last week. So if you are new here, I would encourage you to go and check out our chat channels. You can find those now under the community. Up if you're on the website, there's a little community drop down. You can find it in there. Go in and introduce yourself. Let us know a little bit about you because that's what Niknax is all about. It is about community. And so we'd love to get to know each other, hang out, all the things. That's not Lolo. That's not Lolo. If it was Lolo, I'd be a little bit more like, oh, the little baby Lolo. That's not her. That sounds more like Rose. Just having a bad day. Actually, you know what? Laurel probably caused it, to be honest. She's a bit of a menace this morning. She's been snowed in for too many days. Okay, so we're currently at 5,468 sellers. And we did lose a few sellers. We're less sellers than we were at because I did not approve any new sellers. Even though I was snowed. I have no excuses. I was snowed. Well, actually, I do. I was snowed in with my children, and it was very chaotic for the past. I'm still snowed in. So I did not get around to approving any new sellers, but we do have quite a few applications sitting. And so that'll probably be on my list. Usually when that's the case, the following week, I just go through and it's like a mass approval. So as a reminder, if you have applied for Niknax, answer all the questions. I have an auction item. You know, I kind of wondered about that. Let's see. Let's remove that. I can only move it to stage. I can't remove it. Probably because it's not my item. Wait, let's see. Oops. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if you guys want to bid on that. I can't run it, obviously. But yeah, maybe it's going to be running soon. I don't know. Thanks for the heads up. I can actually add other people's auction items into my thing, which is kind of weird. I don't know how that works, but anyway. So I'll probably be adding new members this week. I think we're up to like 1,700 applications. They just kind of keep adding up, but a lot of those do not have all of the information that I need to approve. So that's part of the problem. So I appreciate all of you who do put the right information in. And I think that when I go to start going through those applications, oh no, you're fine, Nadine. You are fine. When I start to go through those applications, after a while of just, applications not being filled out the way they should be, I get a little bit like, okay, well, on to other things. But anyway, we have 119,600 listings. That is fantastic. So I would encourage you guys to go and do some browsing, check out some of the Buy It Now listings. I feel like the new website does a really nice job to showcase the Buy It Now listings. And that was really what I was looking forward to in creating this new page, I guess. I guess it's a new page. But yeah, it really does a really nice job to showcase. And we're able to pull in a lot of listings and showcase them a bit more, which is nice. So do a little browsing, go ahead and use the search bar to do that. Before we jump into the notes, Christina and I did talk this morning, and we did just want to cover real quick. We know there's a lot going on in the world, with the weather, with the politics, but I think it's really important that Niknax is a safe place, that people can come here to get away, to escape. And so let's let's make sure that when we're here, we're encouraging, we lift each other up. We try to put stuff like that aside, and just, that's what the community is all about. So I feel like that was important. The kindest place on earth. I think that's really important. Because it's ugly out there right now. But I really feel like Niknax is a place where we can all kind of escape and hit pause. Absolutely. So if ever you don't feel that way, please let us know so that we can, fix that. If ever you feel like uncomfortable, please let us know. Okay. First of all, happy chocolate cake day. See, I knew it was chocolate cake day. I don't know if, she's got it in here. Darn it. I'm waiting for one of these days when I know it's a special day and then she doesn't. But she's got it in the notes. Happy International Holocaust Remembrance Day. We remember the past and remain vigilant in the present so history is not repeated. Absolutely. My best friend, one of my best friends growing up, her family was Jewish, and I remember her grandmother showing me, she had the numbers on tattooed, and I will never forget that. I will absolutely never forget that. But absolutely. So today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. It is also National Geographic Day. National Geographic Day. That's a day. There's a day for everything, I guess. National Geographic Day. Do you guys remember those magazines? Every so often, like, we go to an estate and there's like this big stack of those yellow magazines. Established in 1888, and it encourages us to explore the world, stellar educational resource, search time, world globe. All right, so we're going to do a little search. Sorry, my computer's over here today. Normally I have it right in front of you guys, but I'm like looking over here. All right, let's check this out. There we go. Sorry, this is the place. Oh, I got to clean you guys off. All right, hang on. Don't get dizzy. I'm going to just, there we go. Just wipe that lens off real quick. Left little fingerprints on there. Oops, sorry, that's my cousin. Where were we? Niknax. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's see. Map. All right, let's do a search for map. Here's a map of northern Utah for all of you out in Utah if you need a map. Or if you're planning on visiting there anytime soon, you can get your map right here on Niknax. Gosh. I mean, I think it was Juliet who asked me the other day. She's like, "How did people get around before GPS?" That's so funny. She asked me that. I mean, it's a valid question. It is a valid question. Um, and I told her about MapQuest. You know, everybody remember MapQuest, where you'd have to like print out the instructions and then hope that you don't actually take a wrong turn, and then you're done. You're finished, right? And then the GPS units where you had to like sync them up and download the new maps, those ones, right? And before that, you actually had physical maps that you kept in your car. Her mind was blown. Her mind was blown. But anyway, you can find all of those old-fashioned maps, like the antique ones, right here on Niknax. We also have postcards. Um, lots of fun. I mean, that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. I could buy one of these and show Juliet and be like, next road trip, guess what? We're not using the GPS. We're going to use one of these maps here, and I'm putting you in charge. That would be fun, right? This is really cute. I love whoever, this is a cute idea. This is one thing I had to figure out because for some reason the new website isn't including whose items they are. Do you guys notice that? I don't like that. We got to fix that. Of course you click in and you can see it, but for some reason here on the main page we can't see. So there you are with maps. Let's search globe. Should just search National Geographic and see if anything comes up. There's some globes. We have a few there. I'm actually gonna search National Geographic. There we go. Did that work? Oh, yes, it did. There you go. Map collection. There it is right there. See, that's some fun stuff. Vacation lands. All right. So there's your fun search for today. Right? All right. So how do I find a specific seller on here? I think that you can search them in the search bar. I think. All right, let's see. What else do we have? A National Chocolate Day. Yep. Is anyone celebrating with some chocolate cake today? Maybe. Anybody? Chocolate cake? Yes, yes. You know, I actually don't hate chocolate cake, believe it or not. As long as it's not super sweet, I will eat it. And that's the thing is like sometimes the chocolate cake isn't super sweet. Like they make it so that it's not. It's like a little bitter, and I like that. All right, so please save your questions till the end. Obviously, I get easily distracted, as we know, and so I'm going to do my best to have some time at the end so that I can answer your questions. New website launch. Obviously, you guys got to peek at that. You can view the new website from either the desktop or from your web browser on your phone. So you can use your phone, like Safari or Google Chrome on your phone, and you can view that new website. We appreciate everyone who is using it. And if you are having any issues, if you notice any glitches, I've noticed a few glitches. I was able to fix a couple of them myself, which I was very proud of. But if you've noticed any glitches, please report them to support@district.net or directly to Sienna. And then they can try to get those fixed. I noticed that some of the navigation wasn't working. So for instance, if you clicked on handmade, it wasn't taking you to handmade. So we did get that fixed. Another one was comics were showing like just listed instead of comics. So I got that one fixed. But if you notice anything like that, please report it to support@district.net and we will be able to get that fixed. Since it is new, we are noticing a few things here and there, and hopefully, we'll get everything figured out and fixed. When you do send a report in, you need to include the device that you're using. Mention if you've updated or not. It's really, really important that you have updated. I guess, well, if you're using the browser, you're not really going to be updated, but include what device you're using. Also, screenshots. if you can get any screenshots, that's helpful also. The more information, the better, as always. So the last district update, speaking of updates, was early this morning. I checked. I was updated, which was wild. I guess it updated itself, which was crazy. You always need to update your computer. Don't tell me that. That's not a real thing, is it? Actually, now that you say that, my computer's been telling me I need to update it. And I'm like, maybe later. I'll get around to that. It'll be fine. So yeah, you're not wrong, actually. So the latest version is version 3.2.18. Don't ask me how you check that. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. But if you go to your app, you'll see open or you'll see update. If you see update, you are not updated. You need to update your app. This is really important, especially after this weekend. Seems like everybody was at home, stuck in the snow, getting a little bored and getting a little excessive on the bidding. We did have a lot of bid cancellations. We do have a policy here on Niknax about bidding cancellations. So if you go to our guidelines, which they're actually a little hard. I've been meaning to add them to the new website, and it just occurred to me that now that they're harder to find, we should probably add them right front and center. I think Larissa suggested that last week, and I was like, that's a great idea. And then I didn't do it. But if we go over, where are those guidelines? Oh, here they are. Okay. I'm going to read you the guidelines. Those of you who have been here a while, you guys know. We have seller guidelines. We also just have marketplace guidelines as a whole. And we have rules against cancellations. Too many cancellations will get you banned from Niknax. That's maybe crazy, but it shouldn't be that crazy. It should just be like common sense that, oh my gosh, I canceled too many times. I'm going to get banned from Niknax. Cancellations. Here's our policy on cancellations. A bid is a contract between a buyer and a seller. It is an expectation that buyers bid responsibly and keep the phone away from children and pets. I can't tell you how many cats have bid and been responsible for canceled bids. It's absolutely insane. I feel like there's the kid to child ratio is very much heavy on the cats. The dogs, they don't really seem to care as much, but the cats, they're the worst. So just keep your phone away from cats and children, all the pets. Even if you have a hamster, you never know what's going to happen. So if a bid is made by mistake, issuing a cancellation or refund is left to the discretion of the seller. Okay, but it's not a requirement. So the seller does not have to cancel your bid. That's very important to note. So if you accidentally bid and you win an item and you message, if you message the seller, they might say, sorry, and that's the end. And we will back up our sellers here. So that's just how it works. And in accordance with district guidelines, a buyer must report any issues with the product. So if you receive the product, you have to report any issues with your product within 48 hours of delivery or 10 days after the purchase. An excessive number of cancellations or refund requests initiated by a buyer will result in a member's suspension from Niknax. And there you have it. So unfortunately, we have had to ban members in the past for cancellations and refund requests. We're going to reiterate cheap, mass-produced Timo-like items. Oh, there's a spider. He's going the other direction now. I don't think he's going to bother me. I'm going to just let him live out his life over in that window. Okay. So we're going to reiterate some mass-produced Timo-like items. Companies like Shein, Wish, AliExpress. That's not a real one. You just wanted me to say that. Joom, DHgate, Ubuy, and Temu. Oh, is Temu making hens on nests now? That does not surprise me. That's wild. Walmart is making hands on us. Yikes. It's getting scary out there. It's getting scary out there. So I think I'm just reading through what Christina has, and then I'll just put it in my own words. So the reason that we're touching on this and the reason that we talk about this is because it's very important to me, and it was very important to me when I started Niknax, that Niknax is about quality. Niknax is about going out, finding the things, curating the things. I mean, that's what my brand is all about, and that's what, when I started Niknax, I wanted Niknax to be all about, is, like the thrill of the hunt, the sellers curating these items. And so when we first started, the first 6 months, even the first year, we did see some sellers who would purchase bulk items from sites, and they would find their way onto Niknax, and obviously we weren't cool with that. My concern with that is a lot of these items, such as you guys are talking about, these hens-on nests being produced now by Temu and all this, is that if you hold up one of these items, your brain is going to think, oh, that's vintage, it's a hen-on nest, but it's not. And so we just don't want people being misled by the look by the look of an item. And so, when you've got a lot of items that you've purchased from Temu that are vintage inspired jewelry, and you're selling them, and you're not mentioning the fact that, oh yeah, no, these are brand new, these are vintage style, people buying them are thinking, oh my gosh, these are vintage, they look vintage, they must be vintage. And so we don't want that kind of stuff on Niknax, because we don't want buyers being disappointed. And that goes back to the fact that if someone gets disappointed, it's not a reflection on the seller. They're not going to be like, oh, this seller, I'm never buying from them again. Most cases, it's a reflection on the platform. A lot of people, I've heard people be like, oh, I'm not buying from Whatnot anymore because this person ripped me off. It's not because, I'm not buying from that buyer or that seller anymore, but I'm still going to shop the platform. I'm just done with that. So it's really important to us to enforce these rules and make sure that that stuff isn't making it onto Niknax in mass quantities. Now, all of that being said, we realize, and I realize, that occasionally pieces are going to slip through. We can't catch everything. We don't know everything. I mean, I can't look at every single item and be like, oh my gosh, that's definitely, like, I don't know it all. We've been on we used to do like a little segment here where we'd go on Temu and we'd look and see what they had. And so then, you know what? Let's do it. It's been a while since we did that. Let's go look at the hens-on nests. Everybody's talking about them. Now I want to go see these. Go on Temu. Yeah, Temu is on the thrift store shelves. You know what I see all the time is those geode mugs. Those things are so ugly. They like advertise them as being like geodes, and then you get them and then these plastic things. You guys know the ones I'm talking about? And on this glass covered dish. All right, let's see. There was a while there where Temu wouldn't let me on. They were like, prove you're not a robot. And I'm like, I'm not a robot, but I was on there too often trying to trying to show you guys stuff that they were like, yeah, you're up to no good. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong button. Hang on. There we go. Okay. So here you are. These are Temu hens-on nests. I mean, that one looks very close to what we're used to seeing. But here's the thing, is when you zoom in, I mean, look at, it's really blurry. So you kind of have to use your best judgment. Like, this is like rainbow. I guarantee that's probably flash colored. That's probably not even like, oh, look how pretty it is. So yeah, so there you go. Look, this one's all rainbow. It's for your Valentine. But like the quality is just not there. This one is a chicken-shaped bowl. This is not a hen on a nest. This is a chicken-shaped bowl. So we have to remember that distinction. But, as a seller, it's important to do your research. And so now, those of you who are watching, you see one of these, out at Goodwill, and you'll be suspicious, right? You'll be like, wait, I don't like the color variation of that head-on nest. That doesn't look vintage. And so there you go. So, I mean, I would encourage you to go on here and do a little, browsing around, and then you'll have an idea for, let's do just vintage home decor. Okay, so here's this rabbit. So they're doing the rabbits too. Oh my gosh, those look like kind of like Polish. Those are kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. See, this is the problem. This is why we stopped doing this segment, because I get on here and I'm like, oh wow, I kind of like that. But what you see and what you get are also two different things. You got your tomato sign down here. What they don't tell you is this tomato sign is about this big. It looks good in the pictures, but I mean, the scale is everything. So you get it, and it's only about this big, is what I've heard. So anyway, and then this is this witch hat light is probably plastic. So yeah, so there you have it. But like, get on here, check it out, so that when you're out and about and you're sourcing, just what you're looking at, because there's a lot of stuff on here that you see when you're out sourcing. Oh, look, bugs. They're listening to us. All right, so that's our little spiel on that's our little spiel on Temu. All right. But like I said, I mean, we're not going to catch everything, and we're not going to come down on you if you let something slip through. If something slips through and you're like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake, we're not going to come down on you. It's not going to be like, oh my gosh, we're booting you from Niknax. Like, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I do like to give people the benefit. There's a point where I can't do that anymore, but I really do like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not just going to come down on you if a piece or two slips through. It's when we're seeing it over and over and over again. That's when there's an issue. And I'm not going to just immediately message you and be like, you're banned. I'm going to message you and I'm going to say, hey, this is what we're noticing. How can we fix this? All of those things. All right. So that's our quick discussion about Temu. But yeah, if you're a seller and you're out there sourcing, like a big lot from Walmart or a big lot from Amazon or Temu, and you're intending to sell it on Niknax, or you have been selling it on Niknax and we just haven't caught you yet, we're going to catch you. We're going to tell you can't sell that here. And so you'll be out the money that you've invested in sourcing from those places, because you can't do that here. We will catch you. All right. So let's talk about MLMs. We did that last week, but I guess there was still some confusion. So multi-level marketing, like basically pyramid scheme type stuff. There's a difference between MLM and pyramid schemes. There's like a fine line, but there is a line. Basically, MLMs are multi-level marketing. So basically, somebody gets brought into the company, usually by trickery. That's how I don't like MLMs, but they get brought in, right? And then their job is to recruit people beneath them. And then you recruit people beneath them. And then eventually somebody gets a shiny pink Cadillac at the very top, and then everybody else is working beneath them. You know what I'm saying? That's an MLM. So your goal is to get the shiny pink Cadillac. So examples of MLMs, Premier Designs, we talked about that last week. Avon. Avon's been around for a really long time. Obviously, you've got, what other ones are on here? Bomb Party, Origami Owl, never heard of that one. Paparazzi, Touchstone Crystal, Noonday Collect. Christina, where did you get this list? Scentsy. Oh, I didn't know Scentsy was. I did not know that. Mary Kay. That's one I know at the top of my head because they tried to get me. So that's just some examples of MLM stuff. As far as selling MLM things. Yeah, LuLaRoe. Yeah, LuLaRoe. I say it wrong, I think. Amway. Yes, Amway is a huge example. And they actually, I think, had like a huge lawsuit against them. Hank is outside. What is he doing? He's looking mighty suspicious. So those are some examples of MLMs. It's not okay. So it's not that you can't sell those things, but we do have some. We basically, okay, here's what we don't want. I'll tell you what we don't want, so then we can kind of go from there. What we don't want is we don't want representatives like active. What reps, are they reps? We don't want active reps from those MLMs signing up for Niknax and then selling their stuff. That's what we don't want. So we don't want them doing the sale, just hopping on here and consultants. Thank you. That's all right. I'm watching my dog out the window. I'm like, do I need to make sure he gets? I think he just got let. No, I don't trust him. I don't want him going down by the road. Sorry, now I'm like stressed out about it. He's not gonna go. There's too much snow. He's a baby. So that's what we don't want. We don't want the MLM consultants coming. Well, Alexis is downstairs. She'll let him in a minute. He won't last long. It's cold out there and there's snow. We don't want them coming in and having their sales here, selling their stuff. So what we will allow is, okay, so that's what we want. We don't want. What we will allow is we will allow for consultants who are no longer working with that company. So maybe they have leftover inventory. We will allow for old stock. So like if it's an old stock thing, where it's like you got some vintage Avon. I did this one estate clean out this one time, and this lady had been an Avon consultant, and there was so much Avon from like the 70s and the 80s, just boxes and boxes of it. And back then it was like, okay, so I guess we're just tossing this stuff because what are you going to do with it? But so stuff like that, where it's new old stock, or they're no longer a consultant, that sort of stuff. But we don't want active consultants on here selling their stuff. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So I don't really know if I want to touch on that. I don't want to give anyone any ideas. No recruiting. That would just be crazy. Send me a message if somebody's trying to recruit you. That would be wild. Definitely no recruitment. I didn't even think we would need to put that in our guidelines. No recruiting people for your MLMs. Put that like big bold letters somewhere in our guidelines. That's a weird one. Okay. Our events highlight the spirit of community and togetherness. Hello. A non-compete clause. A non-compete clause. No recruiting for your MLMs. I guess that makes sense. So let me I gotta get the gist of where she wants me to go here. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this weekend, because that was wild, right? We had this amazing event here on Niknax. We did bugs. It was very nerve-wracking, mostly because I'm like, oh my gosh, bugs. The bugs were hard, right? Okay, tell me bugs were hard, because I felt like they were hard, and then everyone's like popping out these bugs like crazy, and I'm like, maybe they weren't as hard as I thought they were, because you guys really brought it this weekend, and I'm over here like, I can't find bugs anywhere, and then you guys were like, oh, look at all these bugs, and I'm like, oh man. Hey. Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. And it was a really fun event. We have our different themed events, and bugs was fun. It wasn't the easiest, but I think it brought everyone a lot of joy, because it was fun, because it was a little hard, it was a little challenging, but it was fun because it was a challenge, right? And not just finding the bugs, but also I think the event itself was a challenge, because obviously we're up against this like massive storm. which we didn't really factor in. And so that just goes to, the fact of community here on Niknax, because we had so many community members who were willing and able to fill in, to jump in when needed. We had sellers who, were affected by the storm, who didn't have power, who had issues with Wi-Fi, and it was just amazing to have sellers at the ready who were volunteering. Like, "Hi, I can come on, I'll be there." Um, Sellers created private preloaded shows just in case, which I think is just absolutely amazing. And yes, yes, we did have Nadine, who is here in the chat. At least she was. She did have, everyone else is talking about snow, worried about snow. And there was a very scary moment there on the train where she had a tornado warning. For those of you who were part of that show, and it was very scary. And I want to give a huge shout out to Christina, because I feel like she really helped calm that situation, and help. And it was, it was very scary. And Nadine, I was able to, I fortunately had Nadine's phone number because she is signed up for Carlisle Antique Fest. So I texted her right after, and I guess, and I hope you don't mind me sharing, Nadine, but you did have some damage to your home, so I guess you're having the insurance folks out. But the good news is that everyone was safe, and it was it was it was amazing to me how the community came together, and insurance adjuster today, awesome. Yeah, but it was scary. It was definitely scary. Just thankful that everyone is safe. Yes, prayers for Nadine and her community, absolutely. Yeah, tornadoes are scary. I lived in Kansas for a few years, and it was very scary every time those sirens went off. So that being said, I am going to be rating Nadine after coffee chat, so she can make up her bug show. So hopefully you guys stick around for that. She's going to be making up her bugs. So so we're going to be doing that. But I mean, just this whole weekend was just an amazing show of support and community, and that's what we're all about. And every time something like this happens and brings the community closer, it's just absolutely amazing. It's what we're all about, and I love that about us. So let's see, shout outs and reminders. Wait, the bomb diggity. Thank you to all of you who cheerleaded on this event. We love seeing you guys in the chats, and I always tell you guys, out there on Facebook and YouTube, we invite you over here. You don't always have to feel obligated to buy something. We just love the support. We love having you, here with us on Niknax. The community members, everybody who's there, just cheering everyone on, giving words of encouragement. I think that's really important, and it means a lot. It definitely means a lot. So thank you to all of our cheerleaders, our mods, our admins, everyone who was here to help for the event this weekend. It was awesome. It was great, and can't wait for the next one. We have Carlisle Antique Fest, May 8th through the 10th. So that is coming up in May. I know you guys are excited for that. I've got all these notifications popping up. Yeah, so we've got Carlisle Antique Fest coming up. That's going to be awesome. I think we have over 100 vendors. It's just been an amazing turnout so far. And I think we're about 100 days out. So still interested in vendors. If you guys are interested, you don't need to have any real experience. I think what's really amazing about Carlisle Antique Fest, and it's, the similar to the whole mindset of what we have here on Niknax is, there's a lot of people, a lot of my vendor friends who have been doing this for a very long time. They're coming and they're excited and they're willing to, help and come alongside those who are just kind of getting started in it. And so I think it's going to be an amazing event. We have new collectors, we have old collectors, we have new vendors, we have vendors who have been at it a really long time. And I mean, that's really what I'm so excited about. This event, bringing it to Carlisle is kind of, it's a fresh new event. And I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be really awesome. So, first show in Carlisle. And maybe if it's successful, we will have one in the fall. Yes, I did. Yes, George did mention me. Yeah, Peter told me, and I couldn't comment because I'm on his channel. I'm like, where is it? And Peter's like, it's on his other channel, and I wasn't subscribed there, so I couldn't comment. But I did send him a text, so we were texting last night. All right. So if you would like to apply to become a vendor, you can do that through the website, carlisleantiquefest.com. That is where you have to go to apply to be a vendor, and I'll redirect you to Eventany. But if you get any messages, emails on Facebook or anything like that, like telling you to email somebody about becoming a vendor, don't do that. Don't do that. So as far as contacts go, you can contact support@district.net for technical issues, payout, support, all of that stuff. And then community stuff going on in the community. We got some emails about cancellations, obviously, relations between buyers and sellers, that sort of thing. You can message us at community@niknax.net. And anything event related can go to Christina@niknax.net. Event. Let's talk events because we have a lot of events. The end of last year, Christina and I were both like so busy with so much personal stuff going on in our lives. And so as soon as we hit the new year, it's like game on. So we have a lot of events coming up. So Fast Friday Freight Train in February is February 13th. And that is Leprechaun's Loot. So it's all signed and marked jewelry. So that includes brand names like Coro, Trifari, Weiss, Popesco. I probably didn't say that right. JJ, Casey, all brand names. So lots of brand name jewelry. We have silver and gold marks, but you need to disclose if it is tested or not. All right. Hallmarks, where a piece was made. So West Germany, Czech, Italy, that sort of stuff. This event is full. So it's full, but it is happening on February 13th, and it's a Fast Friday Freight Train, which means that the seller changes every 15 minutes, which is those events are really fun and exciting. And, they move fast. They're very fast paced. And so I think a lot of people enjoy those events because they're fast paced. And then our next event is going to be another Fast Friday Freight. That is February 27th. And that is the seller showcase. So this is actually this is coinciding with a handmade market. And as I mentioned before, with the new website, it's not as easy to toggle on and off the handmade categories. So I'm hoping that maybe we can figure out a way to feature handmade on the new page. But right now, before I would just go in and I toggle on all handmade. But now with the new page, I would have to redo the whole page. So I had to figure that out. But we still want to celebrate handmade. And so on February 27th, we're doing the seller showcase. We're inviting handmade into that event. And it is going to be basically a show where you bring items that you love the most. So what do you bring to the table that gets you excited? And that'll be the 27th. So, and that's Fast Friday Freight. I think I mentioned that. So that's, again, is going to be every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes. Then the next big event, so we had bugs. Next big event is March 7th through the 9th. This is going to be a glass gallery event, and it is going to focus on Fenton. So we've had Fenton events in the past, and they're pretty big. They're pretty big. We bring in a lot of collectors. It's very important that if you are to participate in this event, and you are to bring Fenton, that you know without a shadow of a doubt that the items that you have are in fact Fenton. Yes, remind me then, Tara, remind me that. So yeah, so that's going to be all Fenton. But these, these events that we have, these big events where we feature certain things, like paperweights or Fenton, they do bring in a lot of collectors. And so we want to make sure that we are representing the items that we sell in a way that would honor them for the collectors that we bring in. Because if the collectors are impressed, then they're like, oh my gosh, I like this. Maybe they'll stick around and they'll continue to shop and support our sellers. So it's really important. So start curating now. Obviously, we're going to be featuring Buy It Now on the homepage. So if even if you don't make it into the event, we will be featuring Buy It Now listings on the homepage. We'll be featuring Fenton, kind of like we did with the bugs. Right now, we're featuring Valentine's Day because obviously that's coming up. But multi-day auctions as well. So details to come and for the future. Okay, details are coming for that, and you can look in the announcements. All right, but make sure your notifications are on. That one is going to be just Fenton. That one will be just Fenton. Just Fenton. Okay, and then event. We were talking events. There is an event happening this. Let's see. Okay, let me turn you guys around again real quick. All right, so on the new website, we have this events over here. Before we had the event, you go into the chat channel and find the event calendar. We have this now. So we obviously are down here now. We have Art Hangout on Thursday. And then the Boudoir train is happening on Saturday. So there you have it. And then if you come down here, you can actually see like a little blurb about the events. So bring back the Boudoir train. Is that what it's called? Bring back the Boudoir train. So this is why it's important. Yes, that is what it is called. So that is why it is important that if you want your event featured, it's Sunday. All right. So do we have the wrong date on that? That didn't sound good. I think everyone will be fine. Oh, you changed it. Okay, so our it's not right. We got to update that. All right, so we will update it. You heard it here. It is Sunday, not Saturday. So we will update that. But that is going to be the event. All right. So yeah, we're going to have the calendar now, but you got to message Christina to have your events because obviously we don't have the run by sheet anymore. So we don't have an active list of the events. So you guys have to let us know about the events. Otherwise we don't know. Newbie train is Saturday. Oh, Newbie train is this. Okay. All right. So yeah. So let us know about the events. We'll slip them in the calendar. Probably no text, email. Yeah. Email Christina. Did I say text? Maybe I did. See, Hank made it back inside. Somebody probably has a snack and he wants it really bad. So yeah, so I think that's it for notes. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, somebody's got a snack. How do I find the stuff that I have bought and the delivery dates? So you'll go under your profile, your orders. So you go under your face in the corner or your little emoji, and you click on that and you go down and you go to orders, and it'll give you all the details there. Your dog is trying to say hi to Hank. I guarantee that he is like, hey, what you guys got there? got some snacks. When is my next show? Currently, my next show is going to be on Sunday. On Sunday, yes, that is. We are going to try to do 200 items on Sunday, which is very ambitious. I don't know if we'll get there. Currently, we're at 76. How about I don't know where I was wondering that the other day, and I was like, I wonder where the leaderboard went. I mean, we talked about getting rid of it, but I didn't get rid of it. It just kind of disappeared when we migrated to the new page. So I don't know where it went. I honestly don't know. It says I need to apply. Oh, really? Nuh-uh, that's not real. It says you need to apply to sell. I wonder if you are. Oh, I don't know. That's weird. Right now, currently, it says you need to apply to. Are you logged in? Or maybe you logged in with your phone number? Nuh-uh. Wait, it's telling you guys need to apply to sell? Really? Wait a second. Let me see does it tell me that I need to? Oh, yeah, you're right. It does. Yeah, it's telling me to apply to sell. You know what I think that is? I think that's for people who want to apply to sell. I don't think that you guys, yeah, it's just the ability to apply. It's for people who want to apply. Obviously, you guys want to apply. That's a good catch, though. That is confusing, isn't it? That would be confusing for people. Yeah, that's for the folks who are wanting to apply, but it shouldn't appear for people that are already sellers. That's the glitch. So maybe if somebody wanted to email support and be like, hey, this button maybe shouldn't appear for existing sellers, because I don't know if that's a fix I could do. That would be a fix on their end, I think, because I don't think I can make the distinction between seller and non-seller. You have to go back to district. Yeah, it's probably somewhere. There's a few changes I still want to make. To be honest, it was a little I wasn't 100% happy with the site yet, but also I was like, we got to get this out before the bug event. And so that's kind of what happened. And so there was still some stuff I wanted to fix or change and do. But also I was like, yep, no, we're going to do this. We're going for it. And so here we are. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it should be available. Yeah, if you go to my past sales, you should be able to watch it. It should be there. I'm right here. Hi. All right. Shout out to Mimi's Trunk. That is fantastic. That is the sign of an amazing seller. That is awesome. New tab for past lives is no longer at the bottom. Really interesting. Are you bringing the alerts back? I don't know what that means. How do you find my past? I mean, I don't know. I would think that you would just go to my profile like you always do. My sales also stream to Facebook and YouTube. Although I will admit that my YouTube sale for some reason did not stream that night until the last 10 minutes. There is a past lives section, yes. Let me see. That's a very good question. I don't know. I don't even know how to get to it. How to get to my profile. Now you guys got me all flustered. I'm like, wait, I can't see my past lives. I've always been able to see my past lives. Now I'm all flustered. Let's see. Crazy lamp. Because usually that's when I make reels and stuff, I just record, the previous lives. I'm gonna say previous, not past. Don't want to confuse anybody. I like it. It was a good joke. Yeah, see, there it is. Look, let me show you. So yeah, so here's my profile, Crazy Lamp Lady, and then here is my there it is. kick off all the past coffee chats for you guys. Get caught up on. Yes, I do think over your disappears. Christina was telling me that the other day, and I was like, really? That's for real? But it does disappear. Pesco. See, I don't know what pesco is. I have no idea what that even is. You can list on vacation mode to go live. You'll have to turn that off. That makes sense. That does make sense. Does anyone have any more questions? How do you get to my profile? That's also a very good question. I don't know the answer to that on the new page. I'm sure somebody has an answer. I think if you type in Crazy Lamp Lady and then you go to one of my listings, you can probably click on my profile. That's how I would do it. Yeah, search for Crazy Lamp Lady. Okay. Seller drop down, but no search in there. Yeah. So the reason for that is because the way that district is designed right now is there are district profiles. There aren't Niknax profiles. And if you go to a district profile, it redirects you to district. And our goal is to keep everybody on Niknax. And so until there is a Niknax specific profile, it's not super easy to find people's profiles. That's the reasoning behind that. Yes, I do. I show up as the owner also. Yes. Now my hair is crazy. Sorry. Everybody's used to me having crazy hair. To scroll through five. I mean, it's only 5,500, Claudine. That's not too many. I know, crazy. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Accurate. I did brush my hair this morning, though, so I feel like that deserves a couple points. How long is the marked train going to be? Hours. I don't know the answer to that. I think normally it kicks off between like 5 and 6 and usually goes until like 11, sometimes 10 or 11, sometimes midnight. It just depends on how popular it is. I'm not sure how long Christina has it running this time. Does anyone else have any more questions for me? Okay, so 6 to 11:45. There you go. Oh, that sounds amazing. I am doing well. My car is currently still buried. Here, I'll show you guys. I'll give you guys a peek. Yeah. So that's my car. It is buried a lot. And I can't get out of the driveway. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to hang out here today because I'm not getting out of the driveway. And I'm okay with that. You know, the kids didn't have to go to school today, so the kids are chilling. The good news is Alexis got up the driveway because she's got that 4-wheel drive. I'm sure this thing might, but I have yet to figure it out. There's a lot of things I haven't figured out with this car. It was hard to go from Subaru to Jeep to this because it just, it's not the same. It doesn't like the snow. And I have to keep reminding myself, I'm like, oh wait, nope, I can't drive in the snow anymore. That's okay though. Listen, when the owner manual is like this thick, it's not me. I'm a figure it out as I go kind of gal. Hire neighbor's kid. Listen, I have a perfectly capable 14-year-old. I think he was just up till like the wee hours of the morning playing Xbox because I heard him getting a snack at like 3 a.m. He woke me up, and I'm like, dude. Isn't that all-wheel drive? Maybe. There's probably a button somewhere. I did. I found bugs. I found some bugs. I did okay. I did all right. Jeep Wrangler went right through it. It is. Yes. Yes, it is a Lexus. Yeah. Yes, it's after I got rid of the Jeep, I just Googled, what is the most reliable vehicle? And that was the answer. And I was like, that's the car I need, because I need something reliable. And that's what I went with. I didn't ask it, what's the most reliable car that's good in the snow? Which would have been an even better question. Interesting. I did not know that. Obviously. Yeah, I just remember the one day it snowed and I went to go down my driveway and it just kept going even after I had my foot on the brake, and I'm like, I don't like this. Fortunately, no cars were coming. Yeah. So, yeah. Snow tires. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I remember my Subaru would just like plow through the snow, you know? Same with the, as much as I hated the Jeep, it was good in the snow. I drove all the way to Florida in that blizzard, and it was easy. But anyway, do you guys have any more questions about Niknax? I think we're going to be reading into Nadine here in about 5 minutes. She's got bugs to sell. Fenton sale is in March. You booked a hotel for Carlisle. Fantastic. I've been overseas. I have been overseas. I've been to the Netherlands. I've been to Italy. I've been to England and Scotland and Ireland. I've been over there a couple times. Yeah, I like Subaru. Have you considered doing any antique fest? It's so funny. I had someone else message me and like, you should do a traveling antique show, and I'm like, I don't know. But it's the conversation I have with Shelby and Sage when I set up the website was, hey, maybe that would be a great idea if we did this. And then we took it on the road. But I'm like, you know what? I feel like maybe we should get one under our belt and then go from there. We'll go from there. I've got a lot to figure out. I've never done this before. But, I mean, there's nothing we can't just roll with, you know? So, I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. The way I look at it, it's just like a bunch of friends with common interests hanging out. You know? Friends that have never met before, even. It's going to be great. On the updated page. Interesting. Our guidelines are, we've got a lot of guidelines for selling. We do have a lot of guidelines on Niknax. There's about 23 of them, I think. That's a very good question. I think it's a matter of preference on whether it's easier to sell and whatnot or Niknax. Sorry, I was listening downstairs. I know the answer. Christina said Niknax for sure. That's different. I mean, there's a lot of my personal preference is 100% Niknax. I don't even sell on whatnot. I have very strong opinions against whatnot, but I'm not going to get into it because most of the people here have heard my opinions on whatnot. There's a reason that we have Niknax. I know. At least now they're having a good time down there. They're having a good time. Shipping here is calculated if you want it to be. It can be fixed if you want it to be. It's totally up to you. but I do calculate it personally. Just weigh the item, calculate it, distance from me to you. That's it. Yeah, we have no tolerance for shady people. Like as soon as like there's shadiness happening, usually they're gone. So that's kind of that is a huge difference between here and whatnot, is we don't have any tolerance for it. It's not like we need 700 reports on somebody and the FBI coming in while they're live raiding, like kicking down the doors with their flash grenades, and it's like, oh God, all right, no, we might have to ban these people for 7 days at least. Let it cool off. No, guys, we can't have this. 7 days, everyone should forget about it. We'll let them back then. That's like yeah, no, that's one of the main differences between Niknax. I'm here. Wait, is she coming in with the voice? Is that what she said? Oh yeah, yeah. So that's probably one of the main differences. Is we don't really have any tolerance for that, and that's why people like it here. Seller approval list. I currently have 1,700 applications. Because that's the other thing is I'm quite picky about who I approve to be a seller on Niknax, because we want quality sellers, and we want sellers who are going to represent the brand of Niknax in a good way. And so I'm kind of picky about who comes on. Not only that, but we have a very strong buyer to seller ratio. And so we want to make sure that we have enough buyers to support our sellers. Yeah, that's very important. So we're not going to just open the floodgates and every seller who wants in is going to get in. We just want to make sure that our sellers, get enough people in their shows to support them. And so that's important here. Hey, did anyone notice that you can say seller again on Whatnot after we talked about it here on Niknax? That was wild. I made fun of it here on Niknax, and then like the next day you can say seller again on Whatnot. I wondered if that was a coincidence or not. Are they listening? Wasn't that funny? Wasn't that funny? They like banned it, and then they're like, "Oh wait, no, that was she's right. That was stupid. We should let them say seller again." Oh, that's so funny. But why? Why even in the first place, right? Why even in the first place would you? That doesn't make any. Like, I cannot logically comprehend why that would even be an idea. They're just sitting around in a meeting one day and they're like, I have an idea. Let's ban them from saying seller. See all the creative ways they can come up with, not you couldn't say seller. Like, you couldn't type it. Yeah, people were putting like wine cellar, like the basement, to try to get around it. It was very creative. They like to keep them on their toes over there. Anyways, yeah, I told you, don't get me started on Whatnot, because I'll just keep going. I've got all sorts of jokes. But anyway, does anyone have any questions about Niknax? I guess that's important. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. See, contact I can understand. I can understand banning contact. They did open the floodgates. No more onboarding. Anyone can sell. And people went off promoting themselves in shows. Yeah. Sell some Nikes. Yeah, do we offer layaway? Sorry, I see a question mark, but I don't see a question. I must have missed the question. I just see a question mark. I'm so new. Welcome. All right. Well, it is 12:02, guys. And normally I don't cut you guys off, but I did mention that we were going to raid over into Nadine. Actually, I don't see her live right now. I don't know if she Nadine, are you here? Are you waiting for me? Let me see. Is she live? Oh, there she is. Oh, she has it scheduled for 1. She has it scheduled for 1 o'clock. Oh, I wonder if she got the time wrong. The time zones. I hope she's still here because I was gonna raid in. Oh, she's ready to go. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys weren't here earlier, I talked about how in our train this weekend, Nadine, we raided into Nadine and the lights were flickering. It was a very scary moment because she had a tornado warning, and come to find out the tornado actually like jumped right over her house. So she has to get a roof replaced. But it was very, very scary. So she wasn't able to sell her bugs in the train. So I was gonna raid on into her, and so she could have her sale. Yes, so it's Classic Collector Nadine. Classic Collector Nadine. That is where we are going to raid over to. So make sure you show her some support, give her some love, give her a follow. There she is. And that's where we're heading. So everybody have a wonderful day. Maybe I'll pop on this week with, a pop-up, just depending on how the week goes, if I can get my car out of the driveway. But I will see you guys later, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. So here we go. Let's go see Nadine. Where's she at? Oh, there she is.